Coverage of the 2018 Wales Rally GB continues now, with me in a fabulous position on the Myherin stage. This is Gareth Jones on Speed, episode 352. I've come down from my lofty perch right down to the line where the stage goes past. Just thought we should get the sound of the cars loud, because it's been probably a bit quiet and distant so far. I'm standing. Oh, here comes one of the Toyotas. Listen to this. I'll just be quiet. That's big, lovely Jari-Matti Latvala. I like a Finn. When I'm not supporting the Welsh in the World Rally Championship, I am backing all the Finns, and also the Estonian, of course. Tanak. Don't know why I say of course, but definitely rate Tanak. I think he's amazing. One of the reasons I like Tanak is his name. You know, I'm a big Star Trek fan. There's one episode of The Next Generation called Darmok, which is a classic, and it deals with the way that an alien race communicate with each other. They don't talk like we do. They use sort of analogies and similes. Darmok with his arms wide open, and that means something. Yeah, but what does it infer? If you don't know the language, you won't know. Whenever I hear Oit Tanak, I think Tanak is throttle wide open. So he's the most Star Trek of rally drivers at the moment. You've got to find your reasons for liking things. I wish you could see everybody here, by the way. Lots of bobble hats, lots of reflective clothing. Most people smart enough to be wearing waterproof trousers as well as jackets to keep the wind off. Loads of Welsh flags draped over shoulders, wrapped round waists. Ooh, what's this now? Another one coming through. Is this another one of the Toyotas? Can you hear how my muscles in my face have stopped working? Oh no, it's another one of the Hyundais. Here we go. There's your Thierry Nouvelle. You got to admire Hyundai. They're doing a good job, aren't they? Doing a very good job. Right, can't be long now before Elvin comes through. I must check how many cars have we had. Is that 6 or 7 cars? Elvin will be running the last of the WRC group. Look forward to that.
So I think it's Elvin.
Much discussion here between fellow Welsh rally fans, and you're Norwegian, are you? No? Portuguese, excuse me.
Yeah.
Got that very wrong.
Yeah, we met them while we were watching Rally Portugal.
Yeah.
West here?
You made friends, international friends?
Yes, we do.
Excellent. Well, we're all united in motorsport.
Last year and this year on the Portuguese Rally.
Yeah.
We are together.
Yeah.
They ask us if you want to come to Wales.
Fantastic.
And here we are.
Well,
my English is not so good, so
well,
I apologize.
It's probably better than my English, I'm sure. My Portuguese is terrible.
I believe you.
Obrigado.
Yeah, very good.
The international language of motorsport. Right, we were just discussing, we think Elvin is running next. Who's not running? Who do we say was not running?
I don't think it was.
Suninen, right. We're not sure.
There's a car missing now somewhere.
Is there?
I think
We've
so.
lost someone. Uh-oh. Anticipation as we all look high and to the right to see who will break over that ridge. There'll be a slightly longer gap, of course, if there's a car missing. Or will there?
You sure it's him?
Well, we're not completely sure.
You can see the helicopter low in the valley over on the left-hand side. Yellow.
I think it should be hit today.
It's coming back this way now. I don't know. No, it's still following that last car. Okay. There's a horn. Usually a good sign. Everyone turns to the right. It's such a dramatic sight. I can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 1, 2, 3, 4, oh god, 30 wind turbines just turning majestically, adding to the drama of this otherwise beautiful rural scene. I don't think that wind turbines aren't beautiful. I think they're lovely, but there's a big burst of technology for you right in the middle of construction. Yeah, no more. Right, here he comes. Listen to this. I'm going down to catch the shouts, hopefully. Great support from all the other supporters, letting people know what's going on. They're following it on the WRC app. Here comes Alvin. We should get a cheer. He's gone behind the Tumpath. There you go. If you've learnt nothing today, you've learnt the Welsh word for hillock, Tumpath, pile on. Here he comes. A subdued crowd. Not a word, barely. Concentration, I think. Hopes. He went through there looking good. Yeah, it was looking good. There it was. The focal point of the WRC for me, although I'm here for it all. Seeing that boy on that corner, on this stage. Everyone's moving. They're all piling up to another position to try and watch you vanish into the forest. Ar bloody derchog. In other words, brill bloody yant.
Gareth Jones on speed!
The sound of rally cars in the forest is absolutely beautiful. So I'm going to leave you with a minute or two of cars going through Myherin, coming down off the high moors and vanishing off into the forest. Enjoy.
Yeah, but to be honest, we can do it past when you've got a car with that much money, you fucking don't even know why you want to rally it anyway. Yeah, why would you even fucking concentrate on it?
Answer so spoko. Stajemy tu? Nie, bo tutaj.
Go back.
Hello again. You know how I said that being on Elvin's Corner was the apotheosis of Wales Rally GB? Well, there's one more thing I need to do while I'm here. And today is Sunday morning. It's 5 to 9. I stayed last night with my friends Carol and Steve up in Conwy, then drove over with them in the van. And because I've got a media pass, I've been allowed to park in the top car park at the top of the Great Orme, a Gareth, as we call it in Welsh. And that's great because everyone else is parked elsewhere on the Orme, but we've only got a short walk of about 15 minutes, if that, from where we've parked to where we can watch the cars go round the Great Orme at full chat, which is something that hasn't happened here for years. It used to happen in the days of the Lombard RAC rally. There was a stage around the Great Orme because the marine drive around the Great Orme is private land, so you can go at racing speed. Now they've had a sort of a ceremonial drive around the Orme in the last few years, but because that law has changed, that the Welsh Government, Llywodraeth Cymru, have passed a law that Westminster pushed through, allowing racing on public roads. They've closed a section of public road that leads from the Great Orme into Llandudno, so the cars will, for the first time ever in Britain, well, maybe not ever, but something like 1903 or something like that, they will be able to, I can hear a helicopter, the cars have started perhaps, the cars will be able to finish this stage on the front at Llandudno. So we're witnessing history here, absolute history. I can't believe how easy it was to drive up the Great Orme today. We were expecting loads of traffic, but it's been really easy. We've rolled straight here. I wish you could see what I could see, standing on a great limestone crag poking out into the Irish Sea from North Wales, with De Gamwy to my left and Edward I's Conwy Castle down in the Conwy estuary on the left hand side. I can see the Carneddau range of mountains in the distance on the other side. That's Penmaen Mawr. Where's your house, Carol?
Just over there in the Carneddau, but actually closer to home. Look, you can see the wild goats.
Hello, wild goats.
Great Orme goats.
You can't see them, this is radio, but we can.
Oh, it's radio.
Yeah. Well, it's podcast anyway, it's like radio. But yeah, wild goats. Yeah, that's the course car. You can hear Carol, that sound.
Course car, right.
Yeah, so he's clearing the way, making sure that the stage is clear. Right, I can see the road, the marine drive around the Great Orme from this edge that I'm on right now. It's about, 120 foot below us. Course cars going round. And Steve was very impressed at the idea that the cars are going to be doing
100 miles an hour, I think, on the bends.
Yeah.
He's worried that they're going to fly off and go into the sea, but Steve can then dive in and rescue them and do CPR.
He is really worried about... Steve's a doctor, you see, which is why he's prepared with his CPR. Steve's genuinely worried that they're going to go off, isn't he?
Smell that smell, it's goat's cheese. The goats smell like goat's cheese.
They
Can
do.
you smell it?
I can, yeah. I thought that was me. Steve, are you still nervous they're going to go over the edge?
Of course I am. One false move and they're straight into the sea.
That's what makes this so dramatic, the sense of jeopardy.
Yes.
I run around this Orme pretty much every time I come down here. You can see the path I go down there. And it's beautiful. Every time you come here it's different. Doesn't matter what the weather.
And you've never been here for a motor race before, have you?
No, well, apart from when you drove me around once.
I think I mentioned that on the programme. It was in that Peugeot GT. We did go rather quickly, didn't we?
My knuckles were white.
Sorry about that, Steve.
And that was only 40 miles an hour. These are going 100.
Yeah.
You're supposed to go 10.
Yeah, officially.
Yeah.
Officially, yes.
10, I thought it was 15.
Although being a private road, there's no legal speed limit here. There's an advisory one, I believe.
Just advisory.
Yeah.
Let me show you something.
You going to show me what?
Well,
those-
I've spotted loads of mushrooms here.
See those gardens down there?
Yeah.
Suddenly look a bit different to the right and left.
Yeah.
Because they are the ancient remains of the medieval monastery down there.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And can you see squares that used to be like quadrangles?
Yeah.
And see that garden there's got some ruins in it?
This is called Millionaires Row because everybody who lives along here is a millionaire. And they've all got lifts that go from downstairs to upstairs, indoor swimming pools. Beautiful.
So it's like my place in London.
So what's that guy down there? Is he not in danger?
He's a marshal.
They're marshals, yeah. They'll move out of the way, but they're making sure that there are no punters on the stage at the moment. What is that, 120 feet below, would you say? What's the height of the Gareth?
600 feet at the top, I think. So we're probably about 350 here.
Yeah. So at this stage here, if they go over the wall, they don't tumble into the sea, they just tumble into those people's gardens.
Millionaire's garden.
How are they going to feel about having Sebastian Ogier or...
They would be very happy. They would make him a cup of tea.
very Welsh.
A piece of barabrief.
I don't know why they're going the wrong way round, because the usual direction is anti-clockwise.
Yeah.
They're doing this clockwise.
Yeah.
But this is also the route for the cycling part of the annual Llandudno Sea Triathlon, and they altered the route of the bicycles. It's because that initial stretch where they're going up is a long uphill. If they're going the other way, it'd be a long downhill, and there's always gravel, no matter how often they clear the road. There's little rocks rapidly tumble back onto the road, and there were loads of accidents coming down there in the triathlon, so they made it safer by going the other way around.
When you say rocks, you mean fist size and larger, not just gravel?
Easily up to fist size, yeah.
Right. Well, that's not such a big deal for rally cars who are used to...
They miss the rocks, they're going so fast.
They skip over them. Good. Well, we are walking along the upper reaches of this promontory, sort of a closely cropped, very dry. Steve observed that I didn't need me big boots for this, because a Gareth, being limestone, is always dry, and it's so steep all the water drains off. So if you are coming to Wales Rally GB and you fancy a bit of rally light, either go to Tir Prince, which is sort of in the middle of Rill, so you don't need your big boots for that, or come up to a Gareth and you'll always be dry. And there's no wind.
No, it's lovely, which is really unusual for here because this is one of the windiest places in North Wales.
Yeah, yeah.
Along with the tip of the Llyn Peninsula, Abergaron.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are exposed. We're poking right out into the sea. All right.
You hear this place mentioned on the shipping forecast as Orme's Head.
Yes.
When we get to Orme's Head, which we're only a few hundred yards from, I think we'll be able to see the Isle of Man.
And do you know why it's called Orme's Head? Do you know?
Orme was a Viking.
Also,
he came here. He tried to conquer Llandudno.
Well, the story I heard is that Orme is the same word as worm in Old Viking.
Similar.
And the Vikings all named their land from the sea, and from the sea the Great Orme looks like a worm, same word as serpent, reaching out into the sea. What we see.
Also, Gareth, it reaches out so far that when you get to Orme's Head, your phone signal comes from Isle of Man.
Yes.
Yeah.
Manx Telecom.
It's Manx Telecom.
That's right, yes.
I'm trying to turn this walk into something like Claire Balding's programme at the moment. But you see the wall, fantastic dry stone, it's all being rebuilt here. So there's a temporary wire fence up there and all the sheep are behind, or there should be, but some of them escaped by the looks of it. That farm over there is the farm which many people will have been aware that was put out to a kind of competition, so that the guy there only has to pay a rent of £1 a year.
Oh really? I didn't know
To
that.
manage all of the sheep.
3,000 people from all around the world. National Trust own the whole thing now, They did just own the coast, but the farm was private. But when the guy sold it, the National Trust bought it, and they've actually put a guy out of 3,000 people, a local Welsh farmer, got the job.
Why am I not surprised?
But one of the things he had to be able to do, apart from manage sheep, was build stone walls.
A dry stone wall.
So this is going up slowly by that one guy.
Wow,
And
that's a
fun.
huge wall.
It is.
Yeah.
It extends, what's that, a couple of miles?
Yeah.
That's a lot of wall.
They had interest from as far away as Japan. Japanese people wanted to come and live here and manage and build a wall.
Why am I not surprised? It's so lovely.
I don't want to go anywhere else. It's gorgeous here, isn't it?
Yeah.
I
As
wonder
you
if we'll have to rebuild the wall when the cars smash through it.
Such a worry part.
You're just here for the crashing, Steve, aren't you?
Oh, I am a bit worried.
He is genuinely worried.
That's what makes it exciting if it's raining, because there's an element of danger then, isn't there? More danger.
Has to be a sense of jeopardy in motorsport at some level to make it exciting, and jeopardy in Formula One at the speeds that they're doing can be lethal. Jeopardy in rallying at the speeds they do can be lethal because they're running around hard objects like trees and stuff. There are no runoff areas here. In fact, the runoff area on the Gogarth is the Irish Sea.
Yeah, it's either a sheer drop on the other side of the wall, and for most of it they are turning constantly right, so to misjudge that and go straight forward would go through the wall. And whether it's a 45-degree slope or a sheer slope, I doubt it matters at the speeds they're going. And it's about 300 feet up.
That's a long drop.
Maybe 200. I'm not sure of the heights. It's pretty large.
Right, I'm going to put this recorder away and we'll leg it to our position, otherwise we're going to miss the first cars coming through. We found our position. We are literally right on the edge, sitting on a limestone crag, overhanging the track. The track is about 60 feet immediately. Here we go. How about that for timing? This is Thierry Neuville. It's one of the Hyundais. Listen. Yeah, well, Steve's face, and using anything to get a bit of traction, cutting the corners. They weren't actually just on the Marine Drive, they were on the pavement.
If you want to know the truth, that's the corner I'm most worried about.
Yeah. Rising, right-hander, medium, 60 degrees.
What does the cross in the side of yellow circle mean?
I think that's a warning for that there's a corner coming.
And what is the...
100 metres ahead, there's a sign with... looks like an electrical cable sign of some kind as well. Not sure.
So is that the first competitor?
Yes. And there'll be another round in about 1 minute and 15
I
seconds.
can't believe they're having to do the reverse turning thing. What do you call it?
Opposite lock.
Yeah, on this. God.
Yeah. This is a tarmac stage. They're often on gravel, which is a much looser surface. And so the car's sliding all the time. Here they've set up the car for a bit more grip. This is amazing. I wish you could see.
It's great.
Yeah, it is, isn't it?
We're staring straight down a cliff. We're on a cliff about 50 feet above the road, and past the road we're staring straight down to the sea about another 200 or 300 feet below, and there's a couple of guillemots bobbing around.
And a
fishing boat
very close, skirting the harbour.
And although we can't see it, there's a medieval cell from the 600s where St Tudno lived, which has still got...
St Tidno, Steve, Tidno. Yeah. It's an E, which is E, Tidno.
Tudno.
That's it.
Yeah. It's still got all the ancient crosses and paintings on it, but you have to be a mountaineer to get to it, so God knows how he got to it.
Is now a good time for you to practice your Geordie Welsh?
No.
Dwi'n mwynhau gwylio y ceir yn ralio o gwmpas y Gogarth. You understood that, didn't you?
I enjoy watching the rally.
Yeah. Going around a Gogarth. Yeah. And gyflym out very fast. Steve, as you know, you've probably worked out, is a Geordie and has been married to a Welsh woman.
My car yn mynd I gyrru a cwmpas y Gogarth.
The car is going to drive around the Gogarth. Perfect. Geordie Welsh. Yeah, Steve's been married to a Welsh girl for 36 years? 3 years, sorry.
Age me, Gareth.
Sorry. I'm aging me as well. And consequently has learnt Welsh. They live in Newcastle, but they've got the house here in Conwy. Here we go. Listen. Second of the Hyundais. Listen. I love the butterfly throttle, that sound that you hear. Hold the mic for me. I need to take my gloves off because I need to do my impression of a rally car for you, and I can't do it with my gloves on. My impression of a rally car. Trouble is, this is a carburetted car, right? This is what Lancia Stratos and Ford Escort Mexico sounded like in the 70s. They sound like this. Not bad, eh?
Bit of wildlife, more like.
Gareth Jones on speed!
Another Hyundai coming through. Fantastic. Below me, motor racing. Behind me, Wales. Ahead of me, the Irish Sea, the horizon. It's Anglesey, isn't it? We're seeing,
Anglesey, yeah,
and it's
because
more.
there's Puffin Island there.
Yeah,
See.
yeah. Round the Cornell, the corner, you can see, if you're lucky,
Alaman.
the Isle of Man and the Lake District and Blackpool. You can see Blackpool Tower on a clear day, and it's clear.
It's a clear day because
Yeah.
there's rain coming later. That's why there's such clarity. It's beautiful.
Sunshine on the horizon. Look at it.
The rally people, they're not completely crazy. I've just seen something they've done for safety. The curve that I've been really worried about,
Yes.
they've slowed them down in a chicane.
Ah, they've put an artificial chicane in.
Yeah. And you'll soon see why it's so dangerous, because if they'd messed up, flip, just here.
So your fears, Steve, weren't irrational.
No.
I see, yeah, they've put cones in.
But come and
Yeah.
look at the corner.
Yeah,
See where the man is?
yeah.
Look at it, straight over.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
It's
true.
almost right angle.
Yeah, they come to a piece of road which turns right, and there's a low limestone wall directly in front of them.
It'd be great to watch this, Gareth.
This would be great.
They'll go really fast
Yeah,
here.
we're at the Rest and Be Thankful, which is a little sort of cafe halfway round the.
Gareth.
Okay. One coming. Can't see the car yet. Tell you who this is. It'll be one of the Citroens, I think. Yeah. Hard on the brakes. Quick dance right and left. And round the corner. Wow.
Look, Gareth.
You got a picture?
Yeah.
Look at that. Look, right in the middle of the chicane. We'll publish that on Gareth Jones on Speed. What's see?
Let's watch them go down the hill now.
Okay.
The helicopter keeps doing that.
Yeah, he's tracking the cars for the TV signal and safety. We've left Carol standing on the edge behind us. Don't fall off the edge. This is great. We're spoilt for choice. Seriously, if you want to come and see rallying, there's no more accessible place in Britain, I wouldn't imagine, than this for world-class rallying. Unbelievable. Below us, just on an interesting car point, see that big orange Unimog there? That Mercedes Unimog. I built one of those out of Lego a few Christmases ago with my boys. Amazing piece of kit. It's basically a tractor that can function as a truck as well. Amazing. What else is down there? There's a Cayenne, an Audi RS6, a nicely converted Land Rover ambulance, another lovely long wheelbase Land Rover. I think Porter would like that. There are people right down on the line below us who are within 15 feet of the cars as they go through the chicane. So if you want to see the drivers, you want to see the whites of their eyes, You can. You can get that close. I think, I'm not sure, but I think the distance around the outside of the Gareth, the Great Orme, if you're listening in English, is it 11 kilometres? Or yeah, I think it's about 11 kilometres possibly. And there's a swimming event that goes on where people swim around the head. I don't know if they do the entire thing or just from one section to another section, but I like a bit of swimming, but I don't think I could do that. Steve, being a Geordie, likes athletics, you know, up in the northeast they like their running, so it is why Steve knows a Gareth better than me. He runs around it quite a lot, but I doubt if he could come round here at the pace that the cars come. And I can hear another car in the distance. There's such a lightweight scattering of people here. I'm surprised. Here he comes. I'll be quiet so you can hear. Listen to the skeetering as it goes through the chicane. One of the Citroens looks like he's touched the wall there, or a wall, because the whole front bumper is loose and wagging around a little bit. I've turned round, I've got my back to the cars because Carol's taking a picture at the moment. I'm hearing echoes. It sounds like there's two cars. That was Lappy going through in his Yaris. You get it? You get the picture?
Do you want to see?
You got the picture. You got the picture.
There. So that's him coming.
Yeah.
That's it, right in the middle.
That's it.
And that's you going, yay, and there he is going off.
We'll post those. Lovely. Where's Steve gone? Round the corner again. He's found something else for us to see. Let's go and find him.
Let's go find him.
Steve's marvelling at the fact that they're using the pavement as well. They don't seem to stick on the road very effectively, though.
They've got
all over the place.
they do slide. They've got compliant suspension which allows them to ride the curbs. Here we go. I've come to another position through right, left, right. Here we go. It's a Toyota. That's my boy Yari Mari Latvala. Great, isn't it?
That road's going to be covered in tiny little rubber balls, isn't it?
Yes. The bits of marbles of the tyres will peel off. Yeah.
How often will they change the tyres?
The WRC2 cars, some of them carry a spare tyre or two in some cases, in case they have a blowout on a stage and want to stay in the race. But I don't know about the WRC cars. They often finish on three wheels if they can.
What's the difference between those two?
Different classes. The WRC cars are the upper echelon of the sport. International professional drivers. WRC2 are the young guys coming up and coming through,
so
proving themselves. This is WRC1. Top guys go first.
Right.
Yeah.
So they're going to get slower later?
Yes, correct, yes. It won't be as dramatic as this.
When the car comes along, and I'll take it from here with you.
Excellent.
So which one finishes on three wheels?
Well, if you lose a wheel or a tyre on the stage and you can keep going to the end, you'll keep going.
Have they got a spare car?
No spare cars. If you're out, you're out. Yeah.
Because I saw some of them with real bashed up fenders.
Yeah, the bumper was torn off that one that went through a minute ago. Yeah. They keep going.
They just sort of stick it back on again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, hang on for grim death. I'll rip it off.
They're like mine.
Here comes another one. I do hope you can hear it in the distance like I can. Oh, it's gone quiet. Here he comes. It's a Ford. Sebastian Ogier. It is so close to that dry stone wall. So close. I swear he peeled off one of his stickers off the side as he went round there. Ogier. Wow, Ogier, I should say, not Ogier, isn't it? Ogier.
Is that who he was?
Yeah, Sebastian Ogier.
How do you know that?
Name's on the side of the car, but if you know who's in which cars, it's a process of elimination. It's one or the other. If you see another Ford going through, that's going to be Elvin Evans. He's the boy from Dolgellau. He's our boy, Steve.
So, you recognise Elvin?
Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Special waves for him.
I'll get a special wave for Elvin, that's right, yes.
Go Elvin! Where's your Welsh flag?
Hang on, let's get the flag out. Yes. Oh, no!
You've forgotten the flag!
It's in the other bag!
Oh, Gareth!
Shame on me! I flew it yesterday. Oh, damn it. No, I've got it! Carol, fly the flag. You have to let these people know you're supporting them. Very important. So the question is, am I actually a journalist or just a passionate Welshman motorsport fan? I'm just a punter with a microphone.
Do you want to go over there where he see you?
No, he'll see this.
Really?
We need a picture of this. Look at this. I'm going to keep recording in case Elvin comes round. He'll stop when he sees a beautiful young woman with a Welsh flag. He'll stop. Give us a smile. This way.
Hey, don't use your phone.
Don't use my phone?
No, it's Manx Telecom.
Oh, yes. Let me see. Am I connected to Manx Telecom? Aye. Already? I haven't got my glasses on. I can't read it.
Can I do it with a car in the background?
Yeah. Good luck.
Yeah.
Trying to time.
It's almost as if I'm waving them through.
Don't fall off. You look very poised there. You are waving them through.
I'm balanced. Good core strength.
Balanced, unlike these bloody
But
rally
the bobble
drivers.
hat kind of does make you go a bit ski with sometimes. If the bobble goes that way, I'm down the hill.
There's a lot of weight in Carol's bobble hat. That's a lot of wool. There's a lot of bobble. It's the most bobble hat. Now, below us, I have to point out that there is a delicious original VW camper in more or less the same colours as mine. Here we go. Is this Elvin? I've lost count of the cars going through and who's which. Helicopter to the right. No, it's not Elvin. It's a Toyota. Oi, Tanak.
What a weird noise.
That sounded dirty, didn't it? That's Oit Tanak, who's Estonian. And I do like Oit Tanak. I think he's very, very good. I tend to support the Finns, but I like him too. The trouble is, when you're podcasting, you haven't got enough hands to be able to look at the WRC app and update the timings and see who's still running. We haven't seen Teemu Sunninen come through in his Fiesta yet. There are 2 Fiestas to come, the last 2. I'm guessing it'll be Sunninen first and then Elvin. It's so quiet. There's no wind. That's so weird. In front of me, by the way, I can see a field. Do you know the name of the wind turbine field in Liverpool Bay, which is what they call this, isn't it? I think it might just be called Liverpool Bay Wind Turbine Field, way in the distance. We've got 60% of the wind energy available in Britain is in Wales. Did you know that? That's why we've got them all over the hills in the Cambrian Mountains and off the coast. Who's this now, Sunninen or Elvin? Elvin. I know. Carol said so close to the wall. Yeah. So one more car to come through.
Pick up a hell of a lot of speed going down there. Go on, let's watch it.
You want to go and see? Do you think we can get around the corner for the next car? We've got 2 minutes.
No, let's wait for Elvin. Don't want to miss him.
I think that was Elvin. I know. Shame on me.
We'd have to.
We've got 2 minutes. Is it 2 minutes to get?
To get over the top where those people are. I don't think we'll make it.
I don't think we'll make it either.
Let's just stay here.
Right. We'll know if the next car comes through is a WRC2 car. We'll know.
What about your Estonian man?
He's gone. He went. Oit Tanak went through a few minutes ago. Yeah. We've got the other fin, Sunninen. If that wasn't Sunninen, this next one will be. And if that was Sunninen, the next one will be Elvin. I'm hopeless, I should know.
Yeah, I suppose. You see where the crevices, Steve? Any moment, that could just crack off, couldn't it? And go into the sea.
Yeah, we're looking at a bit of coastal erosion. Say that again, Carol. Can't quite hear you over here.
Crevice, where people sometimes get stuck there.
That crevice?
It's a gap. It's a gap in the Orme, in the limestone. That actually, I'm sure that crevice is bigger than it was 10 years ago. Oh. And that could fall into the sea.
It could. Could fall on those punters if it happens right now. Don't jump up and down. Don't jump up and down.
I don't think we need to stand on top of the crevice, Steve. Gareth.
Have you seen that camper down there in the same colour as mine?
Cute, isn't it?
And the little baby one next to it, the tent.
Oh, baby.
How cute's that?
That would be for the dog. I think that's a kennel.
A kennel? I think it's a baby tent for a little...
They wouldn't put the baby out there.
Well, no, I mean a child.
It's for a dog. Yeah. It's for a smelly dog. I like dogs, but sometimes they're smelly if it's wet.
They don't trust the brakes.
What do you say, Steve? They don't trust what?
They don't trust the brakes on it. Look, back wheel.
They've got a chock. No, that's just to make it level, so that when you're frying your eggs, they don't all roll to one side of the pan. It's got to be level, you see. We had breakfast in our California, which, by the way, is a tremendous piece of kit, isn't it, Steve?
Yeah, fantastic.
We cooked breakfast when we pitched them and had lettuce, vegan sausages.
Here we go.
Yeah, here he comes. Right, this will be a Fiesta again. Will this be Elvin? Will this be Sunninen? Oh no, it's a WRC2 car. That's Calero Vampera, another Finn who is storming WRC2 in his Skoda. We've seen the big boys go through. So there it is.
They're even less good drivers, so they're more likely to go over.
Yes, true. There's more jeopardy, Steve.
Gareth, I sensed he was slower.
Yes.
He was a lot slower, more cautious.
Correct. Yeah, he's in a less powerful car, a less experienced driver, with less support.
Go to the top of that hill now.
Okay, we're going to go to the top of the hill. Listen, I'm going to sign off for now because we've covered the WRC top level round a Gogart, round the Great Orme. What a remarkable thing. I know you're not here and you really need to be here to really experience it, but I hope this podcast can convey some of the drama and the excitement of having rally cars at pace around the Orme. Unique, brilliant. We've come down off a Gareth into Llandudno at the junction of Glovaith Street and Mostyn Street, where there's a donut being set up around the roundabout to witness history, really. The first bit of racing on public road in the UK since I don't know when, probably ever, since motor racing started. And if I could record the sound, hopefully, of a car on a roundabout doing a donut, that would be a historic moment in podcasting. Let's see. They've got public announcements going on, and on the screens we can see highlights from Gwydir earlier on, I think, as some of the cars are still going. I don't know if this is live or this is from earlier on. I think this is from earlier on. We did see that the helicopter was flying around the Goggarth. It's now 20 to 1, which means in theory they should be going on the second pass around a Goggarth and coming into town. I hope we're here for that. Llandudno's absolutely packed. It's rocking here. There's people 5 or 8 deep standing on the raised terraces to see what's going on. They're up against the barriers. All the cafes are full and busy. This is what happens not only when you bring international motorsport to a place like North Wales, which is very much geared up for tourism these days. Call it the tourist capital of Britain these days, seriously. But also when you open public roads to motorsport. That means that people can just come a few yards into the middle of town and witness stuff happening right here. This is quite something, really. I was here last year, as you know, reporting on the show when Elvin won, and they have the ceremonial finish at the end, and that draws good crowds. But I'd say that there's 4 times as many people here today for this. I've just seen the biggest Welsh flag. Is that the biggest Welsh flag we've ever seen? There, someone flying that. What we're trying to do is get round to the rally control, which is a 2-tier platform. Then we can get advance warning of the cars coming, and I can record the cars making history if we can fight our way through the crowds. This is our rally now. Listen to the buzz in town. They're relaying over the PA footage from a screen. I think that's the Gwydir Forest. I can't read it from here, I'm not quite close enough. But listen to the buzz in Llandudno. Tens of thousands of people. You ever seen Llandudno quite like this before, Carol?
No, it's very, very, very busy.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, yeah, when the Queen came in the 70s.
That was the last time.
I didn't see her, there was too many people.
She's only little anyway. Who wants to see her anyway? I'd rather see a motor racing driver any day. Yeah, there's been a slight delay. As I understand it, there was an incident. We heard that there was, I think, a pedestrian knocked over, not by a rally car, we believe, we hope. So then it caused a bit of a delay. So there was a delay to the start of the final stage, which was perfect. It gave us 45 minutes to go and order pizza and eat pizza.
It's lovely, vegan cheese.
Vegan cheese. Not that I am a vegan, but you know.
A bit runny, but still tasty.
Yes, it was very good. So we're now fueled and happy to stand around for the finale to this extraordinary event. Standing at the moment right on, what's the name of this road? Carol, do we know what this road's called? I don't know.
Steve will know.
It's the road that leads out to the Grand Hotel on the prom.
South Parade.
Thank you, South Parade, said Steve, reading it over my shoulder. Well done.
He knows everything.
Steve is the least local of the 3 people here.
South Parade there.
Yeah, I know, I saw it. Saw him read it, I saw his eyes. Steve's the least local of the 3 of us, but knows more about the geography and the names of places around here than me or Carol knows. True, it's extraordinary brain this man's got.
Beluga brain.
Beluga brain, like a beluga. So we're standing on South Parade, which is the road that leads out to the prom with the Grand Hotel, the old Grand Hotel, which is going to be replaced by a new Grand Hotel, which is nowhere near as gorgeous before too long. Have you seen the plans?
I have. It's going to be very full of glass, I think.
Yeah. It doesn't look good, the pictures I've seen.
It's going to be appropriate. Because if you go from the Carneddau, where we live, and you can see it because it sticks out, and I don't think it's going to look very good.
That one looks fantastic. Why do they have to knock that one down?
Glass covered in seagull muck.
Seagull muck?
Yeah.
Oh, lovely. Loud. So, yeah, where we stand, we think we'll see the cars over the heads of the people in front of us, about 5, 6 feet, as they turn right off the hill that leads off of Gareth, the Great Orme, into South Parade, do the donut, and then come back up and cross the line. Spectacular. We wait. I can see on the big screen the fact that the helicopter that was hovering over town has now vanished, that the first of the runners in this final stage has set off from Degamwi, which is on the other side of Gareth, the Great Orme at the moment. I think this is Calarovan Pera, who's running 9th at the moment. So from my point of view, he's going to be the first car to appear from the Gareth onto the public roads and come blasting down here. Now I know they ran this stage earlier this morning and they did it, but as far as I'm concerned, I'm catching history on the first day, if not the very first runner to do it, the very first day that cars are allowed to run on public roads. This is great, being able to see the helicopter shot of the cars as they go round where we were stood a little bit earlier on, past the what's it called? Rest and Be Thankful, Steve, isn't it? The name of the area. Oh, we've lost the shot. No, what have they done? They've cut to an onboard of the next car, sitting, going nowhere. Is that Rovampera? Can't quite hear because I've got headphones on and it's hard to hear everything going on with it. Yeah, Rovampera will be the first run. I heard that. It's going to appear about, I don't know, an eighth of a mile in front of me, off the Gareth, at racing speed, right in the thick of town, where there are tens of thousands of people. How safe is this? How smart is this? But it's certainly going to be spectacular. I'm listening. You tell I'm filling. It doesn't take them long to go round a Gareth. They're travelling at some speed. Well, as you know, about 100 miles per hour. I'll probably hear the car before we see it. They've cut back to an onboard now. I don't know if this is the first or the second car going around a Gareth. It is so dramatic. It's like Monaco or something when you see cars running right on the edge of the world over the Mediterranean. Here they're running on the edge of Wales. The sea, bright green. The car just a dot on a sliver of a road, creeping round the edge of a huge limestone rock. Here we go, this is off Marine Drive, we can see it now. Listen, you'll hear this. Goes around the final corner of the parade, next to the Grand Hotel, and he will appear in shot now. Flies past from right to left, down, does a donut around the roundabout at the bottom, and vanishes off. Unbelievable. How about that? Never thought I'd see it. Motorsport at high speed on British public roads. How absolutely extraordinary.
That time was 4:21, relative to
now we see Rovampera. You'll recognise the name, of course. You've heard of Harry Rovampera. Now meet Cala. Harry Rovampera, by the way, gets a mention in We Want the Rally Back. If you've got the song going through your head like I've had all weekend, we mentioned Rovampera Senior. Once again, we see the car, bright green Skoda, clipping its way at pace around a Gareth, which is largely empty now. I think pretty much everyone has come into town. Although when we walked back up, having watched, we found the car park with, that's Tiedeman's car, we found the car park was absolutely jam-packed with cars. But there was, the punters were spread out all over the place. It was, it's a big space up there. And I remember saying, oh, there doesn't seem to be any people here, but believe me, there were plenty packed. Here we go, here comes Rovampera now. Angry, blustery cars. Do you know what? I'm going to stop recording for a moment and I'm just going to catch one more thing. When Elvin comes into town, I was there, as they say, when Elvin came into town. And right on cue, Elvin Evans arrives. Listen to this. From Dolgellau, not that far away from here, the same county. How wonderful to see the man who won this race last year coming at pace into town, doing that double donut round the roundabout and stopping right in front of me. I can see the car about 20 yards away from me. Is that Becky who sticks the microphone under his nose and interviews him? I can see it on the screen on my right, and that's it for me now. I've seen Elvin finish the race. Ott Tanak is about to start his run, but for the moment it's goodbye from Steve.
Goodbye.
Goodbye from Carol.
Goodbye.
And for the moment, goodbye from me. Isn't that a good sound? It's the electric motors closing and locking the door back in the VW California. I'm back in base now. Carol and Steve, they're driving off back to Newcastle, where they live in the week, where Steve's a doctor. And I'm back in my VW home. I love this thing. It's been an amazing device for watching rallying, watching motorsport this week. You know, if you are like me and like to go to motorsport events and have to camp, having something which is so easy to camp in like this is remarkable. I love the refrigerator on board. I love the cooking system. I'm glad I sorted all that out. I love the two beds. I've slept upstairs, so I've never slept downstairs. I've just folded the bed down because I'm going to sleep in it tonight. I've come to Bangor, northwest Wales, because I'm on BBC Radio Cymru tomorrow morning at 7:30 on the breakfast show, so I thought I'd come and park up in the BBC car park and sleep in the camper and then get up at 7 and be on the radio at 7:30. Hey, perfect. Never miss a job again. Yeah, I finally worked out how to fold the bed downstairs, so I'm going to sleep downstairs, I think, tonight. There are many things I admire about this vehicle. One very interesting thing is that it comes with an inverter, a little doohickey about the size of a phone charger that you plug into one of the 12-volt sockets in the wall here, and it converts it up to 240 volts, or 230 in fact. So I can actually plug my laptop in tonight and start editing this program, because I've got an awful lot of material to edit. So I'm going to not only use this as a vehicle, as a hotel, but also an edit suite. How versatile is that? A couple of things about it worth mentioning that bug me. One is that the gear selector is very, very sensitive. It's very easy to knock it because it comes out of the dash. So if you reach up to the sat-nav, it's very easy just to tap the gear selector and knock it out of gear into neutral. Very easy, just the lightest touch, which is a slight downside. I did it 3 times before I learned to be very careful. But you learn about vehicles, you know, you make your mistakes early on. But one thing I do like about it is you can put it in sport mode and it's a lot more revvy. In fact, at the drive back from Myherin to Carol and Steve's the other night, was that only yesterday? Yes, it was. I put it in sport and it drove like an absolute wizard. It's a front wheel drive thing, so it's like driving a giant VW Golf GTI. It was really satisfying. And of course you can shift up and down the 7-speed DSG box manually using the gear selector. So, you know, that downside of it being slightly sensitive is an upside when it comes to easy changing up and down. Yeah, really cool. Only other downside on this is that the instrumentation, the lights on the dashboard there and the gear selector, they're red LEDs, and red bleeds a little bit. It's not a very, very clear image. Green would have been better. Green would have been less bleedy and sharper. That's about it. Everything else about this I absolutely adore. I wish I could afford one. This particular version with all the options, £64,000. It's not cheap. What do you pay for a Range Rover these days? 80, 90, Discovery, 50,000, something like that. But of course this isn't a vehicle, is it? It's your daily vehicle if you want it to be. Nice 4-seater. It's your holiday wagon, and if you make it your office, like I'm going to do as well. So perhaps you need to add up not just what you'd spend on a car, but what you'd spend on a car and holiday travel and accommodation over a few years, because you probably want to keep this 5 or even 10 years. And I bet they hold their value, don't they? Because people always want to buy second-hand campers. I'm almost tempted to buy one myself, I really am. That always says a lot. If you have a car and on speed and at the end of the programme you think, I'd like to buy one of these. Considering I've just got rid of my Sora, yes, it's gone. Time for me to make a decision. So that's it. I'll leave you. You've been listening to Gareth Jones on speed at the Wales Rally GB in a VW California. I'm going to do some editing. And I'll say goodbye because I'm a happy camper in me camper van. See ya.
To send us an email, see pictures, get song lyrics, join our Facebook fan site, follow us on Twitter, or to find out about sponsorship opportunities, go to garethjones.tv. Gareth Jones on Speed is made in London by Whizbang.
Gareth Jones on Speed!